Justin Gaethje said he loves the idea of how scared he would be if he drew Ilia Topuria. Did you guys see that statement? I'm sure you did, but that's very common. There's nothing unusual about what Justin said other than Justin said it, right? That was the thing. Like, whoa, that dude gets scared? Why is that? Have you guys seen enough? I mean, if you're scared for every single fight, you guys might remember one night BJ Penn comes to the ring and he's crying. He's getting ready to fight Nick Diaz and he's got tears coming out of his eyes. Believe it or not, that's a really normal reaction. I never cried before a fight, but I felt it in the locker room, maybe before every fight. I mean, I felt like where I'd even catch me go, what the? I live, what the? Cry. And then Tito Ortiz talked about it, that he didn't matter who the opponent was. Every single night before a fight, before he walked out, he would throw up. That I also can relate to. Like crying, I have never actually thrown up, but I have wanted to. And it didn't matter about the opponent. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. It did not matter who the opponent was. That feeling was the same. And so that is one thing that is unique about Gaethje's statement, is that he's saying, I'm not scared every time. I have felt fear before. And I love the idea that I would feel it again for him, meaning Ilia. Now, I just want to ask you. Now, that in and of itself is interesting, but let me ask you. Have you seen enough from Ilia to have that same conclusion? I'm an Ilia fan. I'm an Ilia believer. I have not. I have not seen enough. I've heard some people say that he's the best boxer in the UFC. He's certainly got some power. The night that he stepped off and put that hook on Volkanovski stands out. But I haven't seen enough to think, oh boy, you shouldn't play on your feet with Ilia. I just haven't seen enough. What about wrestling? Have you seen enough wrestling where you go, oh man, don't wrestle with Ilia? I have not. What about groundwork and submission? I mean, just overall, have you seen enough that Ilia is the boogeyman of the company? Because Gaethje didn't talk that way when he was calling out Islam. He didn't talk that way when he was getting ready to fight Khabib. And he's talked a lot, very candidly and openly, in hindsight, about his fight with Khabib. He never mentioned those things. I'm just asking, and I've asked other guys this, by the way. I've asked UFC dudes, some badass guys, hey, is Ilia as good as people say? Like, are you there? Have you accepted Ilia as the monster, the pound-for-pound great? And I've had a lot of guys, big names, who you'd say, yeah, I think he is. And then I would even challenge them and go, why? I mean, based on what? Now, from a technical standpoint, again, the Volkanovski fight, there was some very high level and beautiful technique there, but don't forget they were in the second round. The first round of which was won by Volkanovski. So I'm just wondering, or even if we go back to the Charles fight, one thing that was so amazing about him putting Charles down is we know what a shot Charles can take. And it was so clean what he did to Charles and put him down. But again, it was just a shot. It was a shot that got through in the first round where the guy's most powerful. with Charles, who was coming at him, extending himself, leaving himself open. I'm just, did we see enough? And there's some victories that you take away from a guy, and it's not totally fair. Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. I don't think any of us believe if they redid that match would go that way. I mean, I feel like the odds makers would set that at 10,000 to 1. That gives Conor 13 seconds to sleep Jose Aldo. Like, can we agree that we in our minds don't believe that would ever happen again? But we don't necessarily do that to Ilia, I have noticed. It's just an observation. By the way, I don't have a point here. I just have an observation. Have you seen enough? Do you accept that Ilia Topuria can deal with all of the possible things that come up in the ring? You know, when you talk about the all-time greats, one thing that those guys had to show was an ability to deal with adversity. Well, sometimes you're so good you don't have adversity. Right? Sometimes you're so good and so dominant, there was just nobody that could present you with that. It's one of the very strong things that you have to give Jon Jones. Jon has found himself in fights harder than he thought they were going to be. Nothing causes an upset more than that. He found a way to win. Jon Jones, no matter how tired he was, has never, you want an interesting stat? Has never lost the 5th round of a fight. Think of the Gustafsson, part 1. Think of Dominic Reyes when Jon had to win that round or drop the belt. And I'm just sharing for you. Think of Jon when his toe pops through his skin. I mean, he's dealt with adversity, and he's passed that test. But you've never seen Ilia deal with adversity. So do we just assume that he could deal with it, or do we assume he's so good he's never going to have to deal with it? Or do we just accept? I mean, he is accepted with a fear. It's the very topic that Justin Gaethje is speaking to. That the idea of Ilia Topuria, not being in there, not having his right and left hands coming at you, just the idea that they're going to come at you creates a fear. With your former interim champion, your former BMF champion, your current #1 contender, that's pretty high praise. I mean, that's the way that people spoke about Mike Tyson. Do you have Ilia Topuria already in the essence of Mike Tyson? Have you seen enough? Have you really seen enough? Have you really? Or did you see a guy that's got pretty good wrestling and boy, he's got some powerful hands in the first couple rounds? I'm asking you. I'm not putting him down. I think Ilia is great. Do I find him to be ferocious? Do I find him to be intimidating? Do I find him to be scarier than other guys, including Justin Gaethje? No, and I don't think that's an insult by me. No, I have not seen enough to do that yet, but I've spoken to a lot of people that have, and now I'm just asking you. Leave me a comment. I want to know. Is Ilia Topuria the scariest or amongst the scariest guys in mixed martial arts?